So, wir sind natürlich wieder da bei der Herr der Ringe, der Krieg im Norden. Mitten im Kampf geht's nun weiter. Wir sind auch eine Stufe aufgestiegen. Wir verteilen mal schnell die Punkte, damit wir ein kleines bisschen stärker sind. Wo geht's weiter? Drücke 2, um mehrere Pfeile abzuschießen, die automatisch sichtbare Ziele suchen. Oder maximiert schwerer Schuss, indem der Erstschaden erhöht, die Ladezeit verringert und Zielen mit der Zeit zusätzlicher Schaden zugefügt wird. Da fügen wir mal den Punkt hinzu, bestätigen das Ganze und weiter geht's. Auf Tharzog. So, Farin ist gefallen, das ist schlecht. Na komm. Wow, das war knapp. Ich halte mal schnell die davon ab, dass die sich hier schön wieder beleben können. Verdammt, ich bin auch weg. Na komm, halt mich doch. Tharzog, du kleiner, unfairer Kämpfer. Tharzog ist tot, wunderbar. Wir haben ihn getötet. Ach, der hatte nur noch ganz wenig Leben, das habe ich gar nicht mitbekommen. Ich habe gar nicht auf die Lebensleiste geschaut. Naja, umso besser. So, noch irgendwer hier? Nein, nur noch der hier. Okay, der ist also auch weg, zumindest sein Kopf. Ah, okay, wir müssen jetzt wieder zu Elladan und Elro hier gelangen, um bei der Verfolgung von Agandaûr weiter dabei zu sein.
You should have fled Middle-earth with the rest of your cowardly kin, while you still had the chance.
We flee from nothing, least of all you, lackey of Sauron.
Fools! I am the right hand of Sauron. I will see your precious Rivendell burning, and your mongrel father hauled before me in chains.
You will do nothing. Your plots end here.
My work is only just beginning. Do you think you two alone can hope to stop me?
They are not alone.
Don't look for your guards. They won't be coming.
Fornost means nothing. You haven't won anything here.
He's escaping! We cannot hope to follow him now.
But I can! Sorcery of Sauron! This is no natural storm! I can no longer see him! It is no use. He has escaped us for now.
Yes, but you cannot be blamed. It was bold of you to go after him alone. Indeed, though perhaps it was not the wisest course.
If only we could have finished him. There's no telling what evil he may yet do. But what now? Where do we go from here?
For my part, I would gladly join in the hunt for Agandaûr. Yet, I have my duty to consider. I must return home to inform Lord Gwaihir of all I have learned here.
Your duty to your people must always come first. I'm glad we met, Belleron, and I hope we will meet again one day.
As do I, Eredin of the Dunedain. You and your comrades saved my life. That is something I will not forget. If I can ever be of service to you, I will.
Farewell wherever you fare, Belleron. Till your Eyrie receives you at your journey's end.
My thanks! Commend me to Elrond, your father, and farewell.
As for us, I believe we also have a duty to inform our allies of all we have learned.
Then we three should return to the ranger camp at Sarn-Furt. Halbarad will be anxious for any news we can bring.
Aye, the Shire could still be in danger. We might be needed there.
Should you find Halbarad has no pressing need of your services, I would urge you to make your way to Imladris. We may have need of your strength and resourcefulness before long.
But what of Aragorn and the hobbit he was seeking? The Black Riders may well be pursuing them. Shouldn't we try to help him?
If Aragorn has found this hobbit, it is certain they will both be bound for Imladris. He is several days ahead of us now. We shall look for him as we go, but Aragorn is resourceful. I suspect he will arrive at Imladris before we do.
Very well then. Sarn-Furt is our destination. Farewell for now.
Okay, wir haben Fornost endlich abgeschlossen. Bre natürlich auch. Und können jetzt zur Sarn-Furt reisen. Das werden wir jetzt auch tun. Doch leider ist Agandaûr, wie wir jetzt schon im Video mitbekommen haben, uns leider geflohen. Beleram ist nun auch, oder Beleram ist nun auch weg. Und die zwei Söhne leider auch.
I have received word through the Sons of Elrond and the wandering companies telling of your valor at Fornost. You are to be commended for your skill and daring.
Have you heard anything of Aragorn? He was desperately searching for a certain hobbit when we parted at Bree.
All I know is that Aragorn is rumored to have left Bree in the company of 4 hobbits of the Shire. I can only assume one of them is the hobbit he was seeking, and that they are now bound for Rivendell. There is worse news, however. On the night before they departed, the Prancing Pony Inn came under attack by unknown assailants.
I don't like the sound of that. Maybe he's in need of our help.
That was my thought as well. But if he is being pursued, Aragorn will take pains to cover his trail. Even a tracker as skilled as you would be unlikely to find him.
Well, then what should we do?
I advise you to make your way to Rivendell. Aragorn will be eager to hear news of Agandaûr, and he may have other tasks for you to perform. For now, the enemy seems to have turned away from the Shire.
Nach Bruchteil reisen.
Travel to Rivendell. Very well, but it is a long journey. We'd best get started.
Perhaps there is something you can do for me on your way. Gladly. You have but to name it. I sent 2 of my rangers, Kalarin and Leuten, on patrol along the Brandywine River. They should have returned long before now. I am growing concerned for them.
They are both seasoned rangers who have served many years in this region. We can be certain they have not simply lost their way.
From which direction would they be returning? They were to follow the Brandywine north as far as the Great East Road, and from there to make their way back by passing through the Barrow Downs.
The downs are just north of our position here.
Then we'll make our way north by way of the Barrow Downs.
Perhaps we will discover some trace of them as we travel.
You have my thanks. I know your skill as a tracker, Aradan. If Leuten and Kalarin made it as far as the Downs, you should be able to pick up their trail. Farewell, and safe travels to you all.
Okay, in der Sarn-Furt haben wir nun mit Halbarad gesprochen. Ja, und für den müssen wir jetzt, 2 Waldläufer suchen, und zwar in den Hügelgräberhöhen. So wie das so wie sich das angehört hat. Aber wir sprechen erstmal noch mit den Leuten, wenn das geht. Hador und Maradan.
You're soon to be off again, are you? Well, I have a few things among our supplies that may help you on your way. Perhaps a few extra arrows for your quiver, and a few of Solana's healing drops may come in very handy as well. Take a look.
Wir verkaufen erstmal wieder. Moment, das könnten wir... Ja, das kann weg. Dann, gibt's noch irgendwas zu verkaufen oder nicht? Hey, der macht eigentlich mehr Schaden, der Bogen hier. Hier haben wir auch wieder neue Schuhe. Die können wir verkaufen. Und Moment mal kurz. Wie ist das jetzt mit dem Bogen? Der hat einen kleinen Schaden, also den geringsten Schaden, der ist niedriger, aber der höchste Schaden ist höher. Und er hat noch +2 Stärke drauf. Wir nehmen den einfach mal. Der schaut auch echt geil aus eigentlich.
Erodon, my friend. It's good to see you alive and well. I'll admit I wasn't certain we'd meet again. But then everything seemed grim after the Black Riders broke through our guard. It was days before I could shake off the feelings of despair.
I found these materials amid old kingdom ruins. I believe they might be used to make a fine weapon.
These are relics of our ancestors, made in a time before the lore of Numenor dimmed. If I had the use of a good smithy, maybe I could make something of worth from these, but not here in the field. If you're bound for Rivendell, you'll find skilled smiths among Elrond's folk. Try taking these to one of them.
So, wir reparieren auch mal gleich wieder. Und zwar den Bogen, der war nämlich, ja, schon etwas zunichte gemacht worden. So, bisschen hier noch reparieren. Gibt's hier drin noch irgendetwas? Ja, eine Frau. Benutze den Spiegel, um das Aussehen deines Charakters zu gestalten. Das machen wir jetzt auch endlich mal. Und zwar gibt's verschiedene Gesichter. Einmal das hier, dann das hier. Okay. Ich finde eigentlich, das mit der Narbe schaut, glaube ich, am besten aus, oder? Oder nee, wir lassen einfach mal das hier. Dann noch die Augenfarbe. Schau mich an. Ja, so blau finde ich passt es eigentlich schon. Dann das Haar. Na toll. Da gibt so wenig zu entscheiden. Ich würde sagen, das hier. Also das hier. Oder ja, lass mal so. Dann noch einen Bart. Vielleicht den hier so. Ja, schaut doch ganz gut aus. Und die Haarfarbe noch. Ja, so, das passt doch. Akzeptieren. Charakter vollständig. Akzeptieren nochmal. Und dann reden wir noch mit der hier. Spreche mit Zilana.
Are you hurt? You look well enough to me. If it's healing drafts you need, you can get them from Maradan. I have a dying man on my hands.
Young Elrond is dying. But why? What's wrong with him?
Wrong? I don't really know. His wound is minor, yet his life is slipping away. I fear he is suffering from the Black Breath.
The Black Breath? What is that?
It is some power wielded by the Black Riders, the 9 Nazgûl. Their victims are stricken senseless, and without aid, they soon die. I've already lost 3 men to this curse. Elrond is the only victim.
But there is still hope. What can we do?
I hardly know. Drawing an arrow, stitching a wound. These things I have done countless times. The Black Breath is something I know only from the old rhymes my teacher taught me.
Tell me this rhyme. Maybe there's some clue there.
It was years ago. Let me think. I believe it ran something like this. When the Black Breath blows, and death's shadow grows, and all lights pass, come Athelas, life to the dying. That's all I can recall.
What is this Athelas the rhyme speaks of?
An herb, commonly known as king's foil. It has little medicinal use, though some find it comforting for headaches and other small complaints.
Then there is no harm in trying it with Elrond. Do you have any of this Athelas?
No, I have none. You'll have to forgive me for neglecting to lay up a supply, but you see, no one bothered to tell me that the 9 ring wraiths would rise up from ancient legends to trouble us here. If I had a Thalis, don't you think I would have used it by now?
It must grow wild somewhere. I am willing to search for it.
Perhaps you could find some at that. The plant is not native to Middle-earth. It was brought to these shores from lost Numenor, and planted in the lands where our ancestors used to dwell, including the Borrow Downs to the north.
My road leads to the Borrow Downs. Should I find a Thalis growing there, I will return with a supply.
Okay, wir müssen nun auch Attilas in den Hügelgräberhöhen für diese Frau hier suchen, damit sie ihren Sterbenden wieder etwas aufpäppeln kann. Und wir haben schon wieder richtig überzogen. Deswegen würde ich mal sagen, dass wir hier auch wieder den Schnitt machen. Und deswegen sehen wir uns morgen oder heute noch wieder, wenn es wieder heißt Let's Play der Herr der Ringe, der Krieg im Norden. Also haut rein.